Small but important video because today it's match day. Juventus Genoa, 6 p.m. Italian time in our stadium, in the Allianz Stadium. A lot of curiosity because today it's the first game at the head coach of Igor Tudor, and I can't wait to see that game. A lot of curiosity because apparently, if we are reading the papers, earthquake Igor Tudor, reset Tudor with the intention to change everything. Everything, that's what the papers are telling you. If you're listening to me, what I tell you when we will go towards the predicted lineup, yes, changing everything, but still with a backup plan, with a compromise. And that's what we'll speak about in today's video. Ciao Juventini of the world, my name is Giuseppe, welcome back on the channel. I hope you're all doing well. I know that you're extremely curious, that's why I will also anticipate the start of the watch-along today, pre-game, watch-along and post-game. I hope that I can see a lot of you here, because we need to back up the team. We need to support the team like yesterday. The Ultra were doing in front of the J Hotel in the middle of the night, screaming and applauding and welcoming Igor Tudor, uno di noi, one of us, where Igor, he went in front of his window, he went out, saying hello and greeting all the supporters. These are extremely beautiful images. Of course, it goes with a huge big contrast with what we saw 2 weeks ago, with the same Ultra that were there in front of the same J Hotel, screaming and this time insulting not only the coach, but especially targeting Thiago Motta, but also the ownership, the management, which according to me was absolutely not appreciated by myself. For what reason? Because we know it. These kind of things are, of course, made out of frustration, of the negative moment of Juve, and criticism is absolutely accepted and totally normal and also welcome. But on the other side, when you are insulting your team, when you are insulting people that are part of your team, according to me, this is crossing the line. That fino alla fine is not really representing these moments. Anyway, they did a beautiful thing. So what do we start with? We start with a -1 towards Bologna. We know it. The only objective of Juventus before the Club World Cup is to go into that Champions League qualification, into that top 4. So super crucial, super important. -1 that could possibly be, and we know it really fast, a +2 over Bologna. If Bologna is not winning today against Venezia, if they lose, and hopefully Nicolussi Caviglia can do a beautiful favor to his ex-team, and if in the meanwhile we are able to beat a Genoa, that will be extremely important to continue that honeymoon with the Croatian coach. We said it, beautiful arrival from Split to La Continassa, to Torino, from Igor Tudor. Beautiful words in press conference, but of course now it's the most important thing, the field, the 3 points, the way of playing. That's extremely important. Will it change something in the people that were called up? No surprises there, because we see the men that has been called up by Igor Tudor is all the people that were at disposal, except of Cambiaso that didn't make it, and Douglas Luiz. Both of them will work to be there for the game, the away game of next week against Roma, Juve, an important one also, because we know that last season Igor was coaching Lazio, so it will be an important game for him as well. On the other side, no young players, so there is no Adzic at the moment in the squad list. There is no Pietrelli. All of the players that trained this week with the coach in La Continassa, they were not called up because we have enough players to do really well. So what is that big change of Igor Tudor that everyone is speaking about? Corriere dello Sport, Gazzetta dello Sport, Tutto Sport, but especially the one anticipated by Giovanni Albanese, is that we go towards a 3-4-2-1, the one that we were speaking a lot about in the previous day. The men, Di Gregorio into the goal, Gatti, Kalulu in the center of the defense, and Kelly. And then we go towards Nico Gonzalez as a wing-back. And do you remember the first thing that I told you when he spoke with these individual talks to the Argentinian, when he asked him to actually be available, to do a bit more defensive work and being a bit more away from that goal? On the right side, Nico Gonzalez, the middle of the field made by Locatelli and Thuram. And on the left, Weston McKennie, because Cambiaso is not there, and McKennie already played in that position. And then one of the biggest newness of today's lineup, not only that 3-4-2-1, but also seeing Koopmeiners and Yildiz much closer to the center of the field, closer to the name that we were all expecting to see today. The one of Dusan Vlahovic that against Firenze in the last game, he didn't even warm up. He didn't enter for a single second. Well, today he's starting again with his 14 goals this season. Vlahovic, a lot of expectations towards him. I hope you watched the video of yesterday or 2 days ago where I gave him my advice. Don't put too much pressure on you. Don't try to change the world. We are 11 against 11 and probably we will play 16 against 16 with the changes that will be extremely extremely fundamental. When I'm telling you that it's changing everything according to papers, yes, because we see it here with that 3-4-2-1, but on the other side, I go with a compromise, because that 3-4-2-1 can easily, super easily change into that 4-2-3-1 with Kalulu as a right back, a center defense made of Gatti and Kelly, on the left as a left back, Weston McKennie, Locatelli, Thuram in front of the defense, Nico Gonzalez as a right winger, Yildiz as a left winger, Koopman as the number 10, and Dusan Vlahovic there on top. Now the big question is, what will we start with? Will we start immediately towards that 3-4-2-1? And then in case of need, if things are not going well, if maybe you need to be a bit more defensive, if you want to change plan going towards that 4-2-3-1, or do we start with that 4-2-3-1 to slowly, step by step, transform into that 3-4-2-1? That's a really huge big question that today I cannot answer. I'm expecting a lot from Kenan Yildiz today. You see him here in the wall. He's back to me. Why? Because we know it, that Igor Tudor, he has that immediate impact on teams. He always succeeded in his missions. But he's also someone that can transform immediately also some strikers, some number 10 roles into really bombers. Someone that is able to go with goal contributions. He did it with a lot of players like Alexis Sanchez, like Simeone, the son of Diego. We are speaking about Giovanni. He did it also with Gomis. He did it with a lot of players. Changing these players or finding again the right role for them to extra perform. And we are waiting for the goals or the assists of Kenan Yildiz today. I'm waiting and expecting a lot from Kenan Yildiz in the middle of the project. Absolutely yes for Igor Tudor, like Dusan Vlahovic, and like a lot of players that we will discover. Of course, we are not playing 11 against nobody. We are playing 11 against the 11 of Patrick Vieira. He will go with a 4-3-3 that slightly changed towards that 4-2-3-1. So we'll see probably a 4-2-3-1 today. The dangers, we know it. Malinovskyi, not only because of Patrick Vieira, not only because of Genoa, but because we know it. Every time that he played against Juve, in a way or in another, he's able to find a way to the goal. So pay attention to the danger. Malinovskyi on the other side is in top form with a 2 assists against Lecce, a 4-2-3-1 that will see also a Miretti there in that offensive line. He loves to go from the left, entering to go on his favorite foot. 2 goals for him. The first time that he scored a brace in Serie A in the last game. We know it. Miretti is a threat and he wants to perform well against his team. I don't want to say ex-team because it's still owned by Juve. Danger is Pinamonti always. Now the big question is, who will man mark Malinovskyi? That could be a key of the game. If we go towards a 5 men in the midfield, so a kind of 3-5-2 or a 4-5-1, depending on how we play, it will be Locatelli. If we play with a 3-man defense, it could even be that it's Kalulu that will take care of Malinovskyi, but I can already tell you that there will always be a man on Malinovskyi, always, because we want to avoid that he's avoiding his creativity, avoiding his shots from the distance, and then pay attention because it could potentially be a big battle where physical players could dominate like Frendrup, like Torsby, or like Mazzini. So pay attention to a game that will be intense from Genoa and intense from the team of Igor Tudor, because we know it, intensity is a word that you will go for. That being said, and that information about the team of today, the game of today, I really want to say that yesterday John Elkann, he launched a huge, big message to everyone. Look, there were a lot of rumors about John Elkann because he didn't mention Juventus in his annual letter to the shareholders, and there were a lot of rumors, a lot of conspiracies, a lot of theories. Mamma mia, John Elkann, he didn't speak about Juventus because he doesn't care anymore, or he's about to sell, or Juventus will be obliged to sell all their big players at the end of the season because we sacked the coach, we have financial problem. We spoke about it from Gazzetta dello Sport, remember? So it was a total disaster because of 15 million euro here and there. But especially the big message that we thought, or that some people were speaking about, was he doesn't care. He didn't mention Juve. It's over. So now Juventus will go more and more independent in their own problems, and John Elkann will not help anymore. What does that mean? We heard about the rumors of Tetter. We heard about Paolo Ardoino, etc., etc. Stop. Yesterday, without too many words, John Elkann, he proved everyone wrong again. You can love, you can hate John Elkann. Pay attention. There is a huge big difference. He's not president of Juve. He's owner of Juve with or via Exor. So that's a really big difference. But when he needs to help Juve, when he needs to open the wallet, he always did it. So he did it again. And yesterday, the words from people close to him were, "We reaffirm our commitment to strengthen Juventus on and on the field, as we did in the last 102 years. So showing not with words, but this time with acts that they are still there. They are still there. They were there on and off the field. They will always be there. So huge, big message from John Elkann with a capital increase that was important, 15 million euro initially now. Why did they do it? Because apparently we were getting closer and closer to the minimum net worth allowed. So he wanted to send a message. And up to already ready to increase it to 110 million euro in case Juventus would not go to the Champions League. Would be a total disaster and failure of a project sportingly. But on the other side, we can be extremely happy that John Elkann and the ownership is there because they don't leave us alone. If we miss it, we always have that backup of money from John Elkann that at a certain moment will say, oh, basta. But basta. He's already saying it now with the 15 million euro because he's also sending a big message to all the people of Juve. No mistakes again. There is no margin for mistakes. Everyone is asked to accountability. Everyone is asked to give their max for the 9 remaining games of the season. Everyone, from the management, from the sponsorship, from the sporting management, from the technical staff, from the players, everyone is under observation. We already failed, huh? I tell you, the 15 million euro that he's putting is a message that something went wrong, not only on the field. And that's where John Elkann is really saying, oh, I start to be extremely annoyed now. Show me that I'm not obliged to put up to 110 million and it starts on the field. What I'm asking is pedalare, pedaling, heads up or heads down and pedal, and it already started today with Juve, Genoa, 6 p.m. Italian time in our stadium. Pay attention, I will start here a bit earlier than usual, so maybe at 5:15 Italian time. Be here with a maximum of like. We are about to reach 37,000 Juventini of the world. Do it because that will be extremely nice. Grazie, forza, Juve.